Colin Kaepernick, in his documentary, decided to tell the story of how the NFL is, quote, slavery. It's incredibly offensive if you've read anything about slaves, right? Basically, the NFL allows anyone that's good enough to make millions of dollars. Yeah, you got to go through a process where they want to make sure that you're healthy. Okay, fine. But to say the NFL is slavery, compare it to the horrors of slavery. I don't know if anybody paid attention to what slavery actually was, but whips, buried alive, incredible torture. The NFL ain't that, bruh. The NFL ain't that even a little bit. But this is why I never listen to athletes. People ask me all the time, why don't you have more athletes on your show? And I go the Tony Kornheiser route. You know what? They don't say anything. And what they say is full of crap. So now Colin Kaepernick is begging to come back to the NFL. And I'm being literal about this. Hasn't played 6 years. It'll be 6 years since he's played. I heard the most asinine, disingenuous conversation between Hannah Storm, Teddy Bruschi, and Louis Riddick this morning on Get Up. And I just wanted to puke. I mean, let's be honest here. Let's talk about what's real. Somehow, some way, the NFL is being held hostage by Colin Kaepernick. I mean, they can't get rid of the guy. They can't get rid of the guy. I mean, the guy turned down a multi-million-dollar contract, walked out on the league. I have applauded Colin Kaepernick. I like a good protest. I like when people sacrifice. He did. He did. I mean, let's be honest. You may not like what he did, but you got to admit that he did, by taking a knee, put himself in a position where he could be and subsequently was blackballed. There was a risk that he took. You know, a lot of these guys now don't know that there is no risk because, frankly, everybody's too scared to criticize him. But the truth of the matter is, Kaepernick is holding the NFL hostage, and he knows it. Look, I don't think Kaepernick's a particularly smart guy. I don't think I'm a particularly smart guy. I thought he was, and then I watched some of his speeches, and I thought, okay, nah, this ain't real. I mean, watch some of over history, watch some of the civil rights leaders give speeches, and you're like, damn, I can follow that guy. Kaepernick, nah, it's just a young guy talking. But anyway, so Kaepernick is holding them hostage. What happens here? Because you know it's coming. And if I would be very careful if I was the Oakland Raiders, if this doesn't go well, guess what? Somebody in that organization is going to be called a racist. And that's like the scarlet letter for every white dude, right? And that's the easiest thing to throw around. Look, he may not be good enough, but I guarantee if he ain't on that team, the Raiders and somebody's going to be called racist. That's a fact. I mean, that is not even an opinion. And everybody that's real knows that that's true. So somehow this guy, Kaepernick, good for him. The NFL is racist. The NFL is racist. The NFL is akin to slavery, yet I can't wait to get back in. I got to tell you, I'm betting there were very few, and I understand slavery fairly well. Not great, but I did minor in African American studies, and I did read up on it, and I have a working knowledge of it, and I understand the difference between house and field. I guarantee you this, nobody living in the field was ever begging to come back to slavery. Honest to God. Now, hey, I'm all for it. If Kaepernick's good enough, play his ass. Play his ass. But 6 years out, calling it slavery, and then coming in, that's fine. That's why I don't listen to players. I know you guys always listen to players. You guys listen to players. You guys love play. Oh, my God, he said this. I'm like, really? I don't listen. NFL slavery. Well, please take me back. Why? Money. Look, I always say this. You never know what's going on behind the front door of someone's house once it closes. I don't know if Colin Kaepernick's a gazillionaire. I have no idea. A lot of people want him to come back to the NFL, be a backup. He not beating out Derek Carr, or is he? A lot of people want him back so he can end the whole martyrdom thing. I don't know if he's a martyr or not. I have no idea. I don't know if he can play or not. And I got no problem with him giving a chance to play. None. Don't care. Didn't care about Tebow. You're running an organization, you bring in whoever the hell you want. I don't care. But I do care when a guy is telling us this thing is slavery, insulting millions of people and their families that went through that and still in some countries do go through it. Walked out on I guarantee you not one slave walked out on a multi-million-dollar contract. I'll promise you that.